Good everyone, welcome to Pen Security. On today's content, we'll be talking about Enterprise WAN redundancy with HSRP plus OSPF and DHCP relay. So, the topology, just like the topology overview, this design implements Enterprise-Grade WAN redundancy using two edge routers with HSRP and two layer 3 switching with DHCP relay and OSPF for dynamic routing. The routers can connect upstream via point-to-point WAN links. The layer 3 switch performs the inter-VLAN routing with the internal VLANs. So we have two layer 3 switch. We have two routers. Okay, we'll be using three routers because one router will act as an ISP. Then we have DHCP relay for VLAN 10, which will be for the users. This is the IP addressing scheme that we'll be using to implement the network. So without wasting much of our time, I will just dive in immediately, so we don't hold back anything. So first thing, we have to go to our packet tracer to utilize our design. So on our packet tracer, we'll be using this router. Then we'll be using 2911 routers. This will be our backup router. Then we'll be using two multi-layer switch. So for a multi-layer switch, using this and this. Then we'll be having two other switches for the end users. So these switches will be connected using trunk. We'll trunk them. So let's just connect the whole cable. So connect cable. This will connect to here. This will connect to here. Then this will connect to here. This will connect to here. Then this will connect to here. This will connect to here. Then this will connect to here. This will connect to here. Then we'll have end devices. So let me just put this way. We'll have our end devices and coming. Just have this like this. Have this like this. So our end devices will be two PCs and one printer. So we just connect this. Then we'll have this as a server. So this will act as our server. These are DHCP server. So we are not configuring anything here. Let me delete this because we're not configuring anything here. This is just for configuring this and this, and they want to set up HSRP. So if this one should switch off, there will still be a communication. That is what we're trying to prove here. So before I forget, this will trunk with this. This will trunk with this. Yes. So what we're trying to prove now is if this one should switch off, there will still be a communication from here to here. This should still be able to access the internet if this one should go off, or if this one should go off, this should still be able to access the internet. That's what we're trying to prove here. So without wasting most of our time, let's dive into the configuration immediately. So we'll be starting our configuration from the layer 3 switch. So this is layer 3 switch. I have to put it on. Then if you notice this port and this port, to go trunk, this port will go trunk. So we'll configure this trunk port later on. So I just want you to know that to go trunk, because I'm having a port going that way. So first thing, let's go to this interface, exit, then we'll create VLAN. You see VLAN 10, name it users, then we'll exit, then we'll say VLAN 100, we'll name it servers, I'm gonna exit. So configure IP routing, because the IP switch will act as routing. Then we'll go to this interface that goes to the internet, this one. Then we'll say no switch port. Then we'll enter the IP address, IP add. Then we'll say 192.168.99.2 255.255.255.252. I'll click on enter. I'll say no short. After doing that, they will now go to interface VLAN 10. Then we'll say IP add 192.168.10.1 255.255.255.0. That is it for the IP. After doing that, they will now click on enter. They want to configure our standby, which is HSRP. Standby will be standby 1 IP 192.168.10.254. Then standby 1 priority then we insert our IP EPA address, This will be our IP address for our server. You say 192.168.100.10. Then say no short. After configuring that, let us take a look at this port here. This port is port 102 and 103. We'll configure them as trunk. So now when I say exit, then let us configure them as port as a okay. We've already assigned IP address to VLAN 10. We haven't assigned to VLAN 100. So let's assign for VLAN 100 first. So for us to do that, we'll say interface VLAN 100. Then we'll say IP add 192.168.100.1 255.255.255.0. We say no short. Click on exit. Then let's check this interface again. So 102, so say interface gig 1/0/2 1/0/2 to 3. After doing that, say switch port mode trunk. So switch trunk. Then we'll do short. We just trunk it to allow any network to go through. So this 2 port now is trunking. This 2 now is trunking with this one. So after doing that, now we have configured trunking. We've configured the standby gateway. So what we need to configure now is OSPF. So for us to do that, we just insert this code here. We'll say router OSPF 10. Then we'll say network .192.168.10.0.0.0.255 area 0. We'll come again with 100. Then the last will be 99. So this will be 3, and this will be 99. So the reason it's 99 is because of that uplink. It's a point-to-point IP address, so they'll say do right. So we've configured OSPF on this already. So for this other one, I'll just do copy and paste because it's almost the same thing. So we'll just do copy and paste. Then so we just go to this interface. Let's say no switch port, and that is it. So after doing the switch port, just have to copy and paste the code. So for us to do that, we just go IP address, then click on exit. After doing that, then we have to create VLANs. So the VLAN, I've already copied the code somewhere, so we just have to paste VLAN 10 name users. So see the same thing what we did previously. After doing that, then we have to configure the IP addresses. So this will be HSRP. Then we have to insert our should be 10 our IP address. Then we say no short. Then after doing that, we want to configure our server IP address. So we've done that already. So what we need to do now is to do the no switch port thing. So let's come here. So I want to configure the exit, paste, come back here, copy and paste, switch port mode trunk. After doing that, we exit. Now we just have to configure the OSPF. So copy IP routing, then we paste this process ID of 10, then we paste this, copy, do right. So we've done that already. So we configure this, and let's try to see if we can get. So say 192.168.10 100.10 192.168.100.1. So just put this 8.8.8. So ping before I ping, I think I have not set up yes, I've not done that yet. So before I ping, I'll need to configure. I don't know why it's going to interface 3. It's supposed to be interface 1 and 2. I don't know why interface 3 is getting trunk. 5 and 6 there's trunk. Must have made a mistake. I think so. Come, let us delete all the configuration. So let's just start with the deleting. Let's take this out first. I think so. That was what happened. So yeah. So let's configure them again. This. We'll have this. Then this. We'll have this. I still made a mistake, so let's remove this. And let's remove this. So this will have you have to be very careful with the interface if you make a mistake, because the trunk is automatic. So now 1 and 2 is okay, correct. It's correct now. Interface 3 is down. It's correct now. So now let's try to put it there to see. Let me use automatic. And so I think it's fine now. So let's check this and then check this port. Yeah, put it anywhere, put it here. So now we know we've done it already. So let's do switch port to the layer 2 switch. So for us to do that, we know the first 2 links. These links are trunk, so we would not go there. We just go to enable configure terminal. Then we say interface range FA03 F0/3 to 24. Then we say switch port mode access. Then we say switch port access VLAN 10. So So VLAN 10 doesn't exist, so we have to create VLAN 10 first. So now let's exit. I thought we created it already. Say VLAN 10. VLAN 10 name users. Exit. So say do right. Now we can see now from VLAN from fast Ethernet 3 to 24, they all have VLAN 10. So we have to do same way to this. So we just click on enter, then click on configure terminal. Then we say interface range FA0, 3 to 24. Then we say exit first. Let's exit first. Let's VLAN 100 name servers. So now we can go back to what we're doing. So just enter, then after doing that, we'll configure the switch port mode, access, just switch port access, VLAN 100 do right. So this one now has VLAN 100. So I can try to assign the IP address now. I think I've already done that. So just try to ping. So ping 192.168.100.1. You should be able to communicate with exactly. So we can see we can communicate with our server, so gateway, so it's working fine. So we can communicate from here to here. That's very good. So we've configured the uplinks. So now it's like what we're left with now is to configure these routers. Then we'll come back and configure the DHCP pool. So for us to configure the router, it's pretty straightforward. We check this interface. This interface is already we have 2 here, so here will be 1. So that will be under this section. 01. So 01, we turn it on, enter. Then we enter the IP address. We say 192.168.99.1, 255 and 252. Turn it on. Then go to the top one. We turn it on, and to be what? We say 10.0.0.1. Call it 255, 255, 255, and 252. 252. We've done that already. Then we'll go with the OSPF. So for us to set the OSPF, we just say router OSPF 10. Then I already have the configuration. I just have to paste it because it's pretty straightforward. So this is configuration 192.168.99, and 0, so they do right. We've done that for this router, so we'll do so for this router as well. So we'll go to the interface. We'll start with this interface. We'll turn it on. So for that interface, I think it will be 5, because if you notice here is a 6, so here will be 5. So say 192 192.168.99.5, 255, and 252. So we'll come to the top here, we'll turn it on, and we'll give it the IP address of 10.0.0.5, 255, then 255, and 252. So we'll turn it on, and the next is OSPF. So say router OSPF 10, process ID of 10. Then we'll copy and paste this. It's pretty straightforward. So 99, this will be 4, and this will be 4. I'll say do right. So you can see there's a network distribution already. You can see network is already distributed. The reason it's showing here is because of this this switch here. So you can see everything is working well. So now we have to configure our ISP router. So this is the main one. So the ISP router, we check from here. We know this one is 1. So this will be 2. So interface what? 0000. So go to config 0000. We'll turn it on. Then let's insert the IP address. So this will be 10.0.0.2. Then we'll see, give it 255.255.252. So we'll have to configure that. Then we'll go with the next one, 001. So 001, if I should remember, the last one was 5, so that should be 6. Let's check. Yes, 5, so it should be 6. So we'll turn it on, and we'll say 10.0.0.6. 255.255.252, correct. Now we want to configure the OSPF. So it's either we'll configure the OSPF or we'll configure the routing, so it could route back. But I think it's just better we just configure the IP routing, so it will route back to both network. So we'll just paste this. So what it's trying to say is, once it gets this message, it should take it back through this channel. Then insert this, copy, and you paste. I think that's basically it. Then after doing that, I think we can still set up OSPF though, but OSPF is really not necessary here because this network, they are on the same, they are not on a different network, so I don't think OSPF is necessary here. So we say exit if we do right. So yeah, let's just do right there. Then after doing right, let's try to ping. Let's enable, so ping 10.0.0.6. It was successful. See, it was successful. So we can get to this router here. So that's good. That's good. I think we're almost done. We're almost done. Everything is working fine. That's good. That's good. So after testing that our communication is going well, so what we need to do now is we need to create IP addresses for these devices. So we need to set up IP address for these devices. So let's just let me rename this one to say user 1, and user 2. So they need to have IP address, but we're not fixing the IP address statically. We'll be using a DHCP. That was how we configured the DHCP relay. So just go to services, go to DHCP, then let's create a pool. Let's just call this one users pool. Then we enter the IP address of our server of our users, 192.168.10.1. So let's check if it's correct. So you can remember from VLAN 10 192.168.10.1. that's it, is correct. So let's come back here and let's insert the DNS server 8.8.8.8. this will be 10 and this will be 15. I like setting my network I like starting my network from 15, and I don't know why, it's something I'm used to. Then click on save. So we'll set up this pool. Now let's test it if we get IP address. So let's test it. Yes, we successfully got an IP address. Then let's go to user 2 and test. Good, we got an IP address. So let's go to printer and swear and test. Printer, let's go with the default gateway. Good, we've got an IP address. So now let us see if we can ping to this network. You see we have 2 IP links there, ISP. We have 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.6. so let's use this just for ping 10.0.0.2. it's pinging. Then let's ping 10.0.0.6. you can see there's a connection between both of them. You can see there's a connection, so they can communicate with one another. So there's a connection going on. Let's go back to this. There's a connection going on, so this router can move from here and get here. So now let us test the redundancy by shutting down this switch, if we can still access the internet. So let's shut it down. So after shutting it down, after we shut it down, let us see if we can still get to the internet. You see, we're still able to access the internet even after we shut down one switch. So that's to tell you how redundant the network is. So even when one layer 3 switch is off, we can still access the internet. So let us try to the other route as well. You see, so both networking are working. So that is how we configure redundancy in a network, and this is how it works in a real enterprise network as well, where you have failover switches. For example, in your school, when the one ISP goes down, the other one will take up immediately. This is how they build this redundant network scheme. Thank you for watching this video to this point. I will appreciate if you like, you comment, and you share. For any project you don't understand, you can feel free to contact me on the comment section. I'll be very happy to help you. Thank you. See you in our next video. Bye bye.